la la, this is one of the sweetest video for me today. You know, every single time I get to have one of the best sweet moments video for me. And in this particular era where we are in the F around and find out with these magas, I'm so excited and I want you guys to use your ears and hear what these magas are saying. Oh, so now it is no longer the agreements that you guys have with the orange man. Oh, so now you should have listened. We've been hearing that we should have listened since, but in this particular era, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's already weekend. Watch this video. My name is Sonia. It is the first time tuning in. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches you're going to be seeing in our today's episode of F Around and Find Out. And guys, with that being said, I don't have strength. Let's dive right into this video and I'll be back with commentaries. Enjoy the moment.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section. But I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize and that they would. But they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now I know there are a few. And I thank you guys.
Them farmers really thought we was going back to them fields. They really thought we was going back to them fields. You know what? My mother was the first generation on her mother's side not to be brought up on a plantation. Not to be brought up on a plantation. That's what I said. My grandfather had a 3rd grade education, but he left my mama 2 houses, property in the bank, property and money in the bank, with a 3rd grade education. And guess what? He worked in fields. My great-grandmother worked in fields and cut that cane just like a man. You hear me? And if you think that Eddie Lewis and Victoria C. Jones and all the rest of my ancestors bust their tail in them fields for us to go back to the fields, absolutely not. That's not progress. We're trying to heal from ancestral trauma. We're trying to heal from that. That ain't happening. That produce could rot in them fields before we go back to them fields.
The hell, we're human beings. Help us. Give us what we need. We don't want to be the stepchildren anymore.
I am MAGA and a Christian.
I don't think that I will ever be able to forgive the people that voted for Donnie the pedo. Ever. The first time was bad enough. And then the fact that they went ahead and voted for him again after January 6th and all the horrible shit he did the first time and the horrible way he handled COVID. They voted for him a second time because they didn't like a woman and because they were mad because Biden was getting old and stumbling in his words. I can never forgive them. I can't. I don't have it in me to forgive them because they voted for mean, cruel, racist shit. They voted for a man that we told them was going to do the Project 2025. And they laughed at us and said, no, he said he doesn't even know what that is. And guess who's in there? Russell Vought, the guy that started Project 2025. I mean, come on. The fact that they're so fucking stupid and mind-boggling ignorant. The most ignorant, stupid people in the world. And they're still saying they like the job he's doing when he's destroying our economy. He's literally destroying our White House White House. He's whisking people away off the streets, including American citizens. He's murdering people in the oceans, and they still support him. Those motherfuckers, and you know he's on that Epstein file. You know he is. And they still support him. I will never, ever forgive those motherfuckers, ever.
You know what, President Trump? This is for you, man. Look, I know you've got a lot on your plate. I know you have a lot to do and a lot to keep this country safe, and I appreciate that. But you made us a campaign promise. And I remember you said it at every stop. I'm going to fix the economy and get prices more affordable. You ain't done none of that. Not even a little bit. Stores are price gouging us on tariffs. Stuff that they're putting on tariffs on. And guess what? They're made here in America. You call it like your agencies call it out, but nothing gets done. The stores aren't made to put the prices back. They're not made to fix anything. No, instead, what are they doing? Still charging us the same prices. In fact, they're raising prices even higher. And your administration is doing nothing to help that. Nothing. Not a thing. You have done absolutely nothing to help that. And I'm sorry, but like, we're struggling. Like, you're erasing the middle class. You know, you said, oh, the left, they're all about erasing the middle class. No, you are too, because you're doing the same exact thing. You're not doing anything to help us. I know you got a lot on your plate, but man, just take a day or 2 days and do something to turn around the economy in this country. People are struggling. People are losing their homes because they can't afford. They have to choose between making a car payment or putting food on their table. People are having to choose between paying their credit cards down or putting food on the table. Or they're having to max out their credit cards to pay bills because everything is so daggum expensive. Gas should be going down. We're drilling in America. Why is gas still over $2.89 a gallon? Why is things so damn expensive under you this time, but last time is so much cheaper? I know the Biden administration screwed up the economy and made inflation just skyrocket. But there are things that you can do to fix it, and you need to do it.
No, I was talking about, the Latino vote before. The Viva vote for Donald Trump. Okay, well, let's get on to the white folks. The white farmers. So, word is out now that the white farmers voted for Donald Trump because they thought they were going to get black Americans in the fields. Because they also thought black folks did not have jobs. So when we put this all together, somehow the white farmers were convinced that black folks don't have jobs. We don't work. we don't work. And so they voted for Donald Trump because they thought, okay, he gonna send them in the fields. So Donald Trump and them, with that whole Project 2025, said, okay, so we got to make this happen. So we got to cut these DEI stuff, all this DEI stuff, to put black Americans out of work. When in reality, they put a bunch of white folk out of work just to get black folks out of work. And so all these cuts that are happening are to try and harm black Americans so much till they think that we're going to go into the fields. Now, when you think about that, that makes you double back and see why they want the Latinos out. Because the Latinos, right, to them, they are reproducing entirely too fast, okay? And so they're like, we got to get them out of here because black Americans don't reproduce as fast as the Latinos. And so if we could get them out, then the black Americans can take their place in the field. This is for real. And so now you double back to the black jobs. They're taking your job. Yes, you got to double back to what he said. They're taking black jobs, y'all. Like, they have all this down. Like, they have all this whole circle. So now let's go back to the farmers, if you're still with me, okay? Because the white farmers, that's what they believed was going to happen. So if y'all got all that straight, this is a message to the white farmers. The last thing you want is for black Americans to be in your fields. Don't let the devil fool you. As a matter of fact, you might want to let the devil fool you to see what's going to happen. Well, I'm trying to tell you, the last thing you ever going to want is black Americans in your fields. Nah, I'm let you fill in the blank on that one. And this goes to show that they will go to any lengths. Remember I said that, first of all, we had the Latinos, some Latinos, not all of them. There's some Cubans, some Cuban ones. Talk about, you're next, right? To black Americans. So they thought we was immigrants, okay? And so now we have the white farmers who are still living in the 1700s, thinking back to glory days, quote unquote. They thought with their vote, we were going to the fields. So you got one group thinking they gonna kick us out of here, and we got another group of people thinking that we going to the fields. Now this right here is a real mental problem, because people are literally stuck. I'm telling y'all, people are stuck in the 1700s when they think about Black Americans, okay? I'm telling you, their thought process, they sit around probably campgrounds and picnics and stuff and talk about, how can we make this happen? That was their heyday. I'm telling you, when that freaking plantation house burned down in Louisiana, I think, right? That was their heyday. Now, I'm trying to say that was their heyday. When that plantation house down in Louisiana got torched, okay? I'm telling you, that broke them. But I just want to, I want to teach them a little bit more history if I have your attention, right? If I have your attention, right? This is some history that a lot of people don't know, okay? But y'all didn't know Black Americans had white servants? Y'all ain't know that? I mean, it wasn't widespread or anything like that, but we had white servants. Yeah, and they wanted to be our servants because they needed work. They were coming over from Europe. Yeah, and they were docile too. Yeah, they were docile. And Black Americans, the aristocrats.
So Donald Trump just admitted something that literally rips apart all the little think pieces of you MAGA supporters and you ex-MAGA supporters talking about, oh, you can't believe what Donald Trump is doing. This man literally stated, you should not be surprised by what I'm doing because I campaigned this. You knew that this is what I was going to do because I told you that this was what I was going to do. So why are you surprised? That's what came out of Donald Trump's mouth. Go and fact check this if you think that I'm lying. Go on MSN.com right now and type in, because the title of this article is Trump says voters unhappy about the economy and his trade war with China should deal with it because, in quotation, they signed up for it actually. This is me reading from the article. So President Donald Trump's tariff policies has sparked fear and uncertainty in the market, clear. But Trump says voters should have expected him to impose these tariffs when they backed him in November. He says, well, they did sign up for it actually, and this is what I campaigned on, Trump said. President Donald Trump says voters should have expected him to impose so-called reciprocal tariffs on the world when they chose to back him in last year's presidential election. Well, they did sign up for it actually. This is what I campaigned on, Trump said on the tariffs during an interview with ABC News that aired Tuesday. So all of you guys, you MAGA supporters that were trying to get sympathy and pity because there's certain people now who know you for who you are and for what you voted for, trying to get us and basically gaslight us into believing that you didn't know what you were voting for. This man is literally saying you knew what you were voting for because I campaigned on it. I told everybody that this is what I was going to do, and you guys decided to support me. Now I'm here and I'm doing what I said I was going to do, and you're upset? Not even upset. Y'all are copping pleas. Y'all are copping pleas because you don't want people to know that this is what you knew you were signing up for. You just didn't think that it was going to affect you. And that's where I would want you to be honest. Be honest like the man that you guys supported, because he's coming out here and telling everybody, I don't know why these voters are talking about their surprise when I had been campaigning this. Thank you. At least one of them, even if it's the leader, is honest. You have the cheese lady that was over here lying and copping a plea talking about, oh, I just did it so that I could have cheese for my daughter. I want to be able to afford groceries. Now you can't afford the cheese. I don't know if you could even get the block cheese. You probably aren't even qualified anymore to receive government cheese. You understand? You have people talking about, oh, it's going to make groceries cheaper. Oh, our schools are going to be more funded. How do you feel? Your schools are getting shut down, and now the very place that you decided to move to just so that you would be able to put your kid into that school, it was for no fucking reason. Farmers are not getting funding. All of you guys, he's literally saying, and I hope if you are Black, and you've had some type of back and forth on whether or not you should, kind of cut certain people off depending on how they voted. This man, Donald Trump, is saying, I told my voters what I was going to do. They knew, and they still supported me. They knew. They should not be shocked. If they're telling you they're shocked, they're lying in your face, because I told them what I was going to do and they said yes. They said, bet, we want that. That's exactly what happened. Okay? That's exactly what happened. So no longer fret with yourself and going back and forth on whether or not you should keep certain people around you, or should they have access to you. Okay? If they voted for Donald Trump, they voted for selfishness. They voted for no equality. They voted for racism. They voted for, they knew. They 100% knew. All of them little think pieces is bullshit. It's performative. They knew.
Hey, one more thing about that farm thing. Those farmers complaining about how the Trump's trade war is hurting farms. And not just China, even though China no longer buys U.S. beef, that's gone to Brazil. They no longer buy U.S. soybeans. They don't buy a bunch of other agricultural products from us because they can source them elsewhere. And these farmers are all over these apps whining and crying that they didn't think it would hurt them. And please, Mr. Trump, I voted for you 3 times. All this kind of bootlicking kind of BS. The other thing about that is, like I said in my other video, excuse me, there's a particular relationship with black people and farms in this country. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The other thing is, do you remember during the Biden-Harris administration, their administration worked out a settlement with black farmers to pay them back pay for excluding them from bailout money that they were entitled to. The money only went to white farmers. And so black farmers, that's the way it is in this country, had to sue to get their fair share. And after years of court wrangling in the courts and everything, it was finally settled and black farmers were going to get their due. Sorry, my allergies. And you know why they didn't get their due? Sorry about that. Because white farmers sued to block the government settlement that they had made with black farmers. And white farmers sued saying that the white farmers were being discriminated against for not getting some of the black settlement money. The black settlement money was because only white farmers got some of the initial bailout money, not black farmers. That's how twisted it is. So to the white farmers online whining about loss of business, threats to having their farms shut down and shut off, I say, fare thee well, good sirs. Fare thee well. You got what you got. You get what you get. You don't pitch a fit. You voted for Donald Trump, and you know what? He is working you over because the big conglomerates, some I've read are owned by J.D. Vance or his companies, are about to buy up your land for pennies on the dollar. And you're going to be one picking those blueberries for $11 an hour, 7 days a week, for 10 hours a day. Literally.
Video of this white man who's not MAGA, by the way, or at least he says he's not, but because he damn sure selling the look. But he says he has a fake account over on Twitter, and he joined this group of white farmers, and he's pretending to be MAGA just to see what they're talking about. So apparently they had this group chat or group call where the white MAGA farmers were upset and saying the only reason why they voted for shitty britches was because they thought the blacks didn't have jobs and the blacks would come back and work their fields. They thought they were going to get slavery back by voting for shitty britches. But they had been saying loud and proud with their chest that immigrants were taking their jobs. Yet, there are a couple of farms here in Texas that overnight lost 100% of their workforce. But immigrants was taking their jobs, right? Racism is expensive, huh?
Fam, what is this nonsense I'm hearing about white Midwestern farmers thinking black folks were going to come and work their goddamn fields after they mass deported all of the migrant workers? What in the fuck? They don't know us at all. They don't know any fucking thing about us. Like our own fucking parents and grandparents didn't size our asses the fuck up. Let us know everything about ourselves. Like when my grandmother looked at me at a young age and said, young lady, you need to keep your black ass in school and go on to college. Working outdoors is not for you. That's my fucking grandmother. She knew me. She was right. So what did I do? Stayed my ass in school. Went on off to college. And now you're looking at a 6-figure nigga. What in the fuck would I look like picking Earl's corn? Earl can kiss my ass. If he could do my black job, I wouldn't have it, now would I?
Hallelujah. The Lord is good all that time. There is nothing as beautiful as seeing people that literally laugh you, people that literally think that you cannot amount to nothing, people that have literally shamed you because you so much believe in this thing. There is nothing as sweet as seeing them crumble before you, seeing them crying and begging for them to also survive. And you know the beautiful part about the orange man is he will literally come back and tell you over and over again, I told you that this is what my administration is going to be all about. And the orange man never lied to these people. He told them, this is absolutely what I'm going to do. And exactly what he told them is obviously what he was doing or what he is doing. Because like, what do you expect him to do? Do you expect him to come to your house and come and start feeding your children one after the other? I think I will still say it again in this video. This orange man is the worst punishment and the awakening that has happened to these white folks. No, you people should wait for me. I'm coming to come and farm for you people. I'm coming to come and farm. I'm coming to come and do those jobs that you think that black Americans will come and do. Forgetting that black Americans cannot stoop so low to do those kind of jobs. The only people that are supposed to do it are the people that you drove home and tagged them illegal immigrants. I'm not saying that if you enter a particular country illegal, you should be allowed to stay in that country. I'm not saying that. I don't love anything illegal. But what I'm saying is, as long or as far as I'm concerned, if a lot of you people were bold enough to get education from a lot of black folks, where you are right now, you wouldn't have been here. You people are not only crying for SNAP benefits, you people are not only crying for welfare, you people are not only crying for EBTs, you people are also crying for losing your farms, losing your companies, losing what is actually putting food on your table. And at the end of the day, some of you will come here and be like, oh, that's not the agreements that we have with him. Please, what kind of agreements do you have with the orange man? Because the orange man, the last time I checked, is a promise keeper. He's a promise keeper. He said it that he's going to do it and he's doing it. So you should be happy. You should be applauding him. Okay? So don't worry. Whenever I'm done filming my videos, I will come to that your farm and I will come and do the farm job for you. I'll come and farm. Yes. I will come and do it so that you will now be able to eat. You people are learning the hard way, and I feel like the orange man is not even done with these white folks yet. The orange man is literally not done with them, because by the time he's done with them, a lot of them would not even be having mouth to talk. It's not yet done. He has not started. And I love him for that. He should literally show them what it simply means to be in an environment with him, so that they will literally learn. They will learn, not only learn, they will learn the hard way. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do what? Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye, guys. I love you guys.